Hey, what's up YouTube? Shaun Surgener here with The Surge Effect, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 things that you must avoid when trying to lose weight or burn fat. Okay, because I see stuff time and time again with my own personal clients. I'm going online, I'm watching other people trying to lose weight or burn fat, and I see these mistakes all the time, and so I figured, hey, let's share some good topics on and strategies to help you actually lose weight. So if you're trying to lose weight, burn some fat, get toned, get lean, get summer shredded, whatever it is, make sure you listen up. Top 10 things to avoid when trying to lose weight. Here we go. Okay, so number one, skipping meals or fasting. This one actually you can or cannot avoid, just really depending on you and your preferences and the way you react to things, because I've actually fasted before and had very effective results with fasting, but I've seen a lot of people fail at this, and here's why. When you skip meals, depending on the window that you eat in or you're fasting, you're much more likely to binge eat. I remember when I first started fasting and doing the meal skipping, I had a certain window I was trying to hit, and it was a pretty big window of not eating, and I just remember just being so hungry leading up to it. I was just so starving. I'm just like waiting for the clock. Oh my God, I still got like 2 more hours. I'm gonna friggin' eat somebody here if I don't get to eat soon. And what would happen is when I finally got a chance to eat, I was so hungry that I just started grabbing all this food and just shoving it down my mouth. And what I started noticing that I was actually overeating, I was starting to over-calorie because I was just getting so hungry. Now, I devised better systems and plans in place for that to help myself, and later on was able to use fasting to actually help with fat loss. However, you have to be careful if you're doing fasting or meal skipping that you're very, very diligent and that you're very exact and precise on the method in which you are fasting, because you're much more likely to overeat when you are fasting. Okay, so number 2, avoiding 0-calorie beverages or drinks with artificial sweeteners in them. So many people are so concerned with this like artificial sweetener or these 0-calorie beverages because they either have like aspartame or something in them. They think that it's going to cause them to gain weight or it's going to keep them from losing weight. This isn't the case. You've seen so many of my videos before. If you haven't, start watching them. But I talk about it. Look, weight loss is just calories in versus calories out. Okay, it has nothing to do with what's the healthiest option versus non-healthiest option. You can get fit eating healthy foods, you can get fat eating healthy foods. You can get fit eating junk food, you can get fat eating junk food. It's simply about the amount of calories. So if you're in a calorie deficit, that's it, okay? It doesn't matter. So don't worry if you're drinking, 0-calorie beverages and they have artificial sweetener or like aspartame in it. From a weight loss standpoint, you're fine. It's 0 calories. It's helping you get in your caloric deficit. Number 3, losing weight too fast. This one's a huge one, guys, and I see this all the time with my clients or people calling me and wanting to lose an insane amount of weight in a short amount of time. And I get it. I understand, you have this goal and you're inspired, you've got this dream, this goal, this vision of you and this perfect physique, and you're just ready to make it happen. So you're like, let's do this. And so you're like, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. You cannot lose weight too fast, and there's multiple reasons. Number 1, it's going to be miserable, okay? Remember, caloric deficit is how we lose weight. And if you're trying to lose something like 20 pounds in a month, your caloric deficit is going to be huge, guys. Remember, 3,500 calories in 1 pound. If you're trying to lose 20 pounds, that's a lot of freaking calories that you're gonna have to be in a deficit in between working out and eating, okay? It's probably not gonna happen. You're gonna be working your tail off. You're gonna be starving. You're gonna have massive hunger pains all the time. Whoa, it doesn't matter. I'm really motivated. No, you're not. I can promise you, no one has that kind of motivation unless it's for an insanely big reason, like I'm going to die next week. I gotta get this in. But your willpower is not gonna last through all those hunger pains. You're going to fall off. So there's multiple reasons why you don't wanna lose weight too fast. Number 1, it's gonna be too difficult and it's just not gonna happen. You're gonna fall off, you're gonna get unmotivated, the hunger pains are gonna be too great. The second is, when you lose weight too fast, more than likely you're also losing muscle. So many people get excited, they come to me and like, oh man, I was on this calorie deficit and I lost a lot of weight, and I was down to like 1,000 calories a day eating, and now I'm trying to eat a little more calories again, and I'm just gaining all this weight back. And I'll ask them well, how much weight did you lose? And they're like, man, I lost 20 pounds in a month and a half. And I'm like, God, the problem is that you've lost so much of your muscle. You see, you can only lose so much fat at a time before you start actually losing a lot of muscle as well. And if you've watched my videos, you know anything about it, remember, muscle is what burns calories and fat all day long. You need to have that muscle to boost your overall metabolism. So guys, it's really, really important that you don't lose weight too fast. How much is an appropriate amount of weight? Around 1% a week of your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should not be losing more than 1.5 pounds a week of fat. You want to make sure that it's enough of a deficit to where you're losing consistently, but also in an environment where it's not too extreme to help preserve the muscle. So don't lose weight too fast. I know you're excited, but guess what? Slow and steady is you're going to crush it, and you're much more likely then to not only lose the weight, but keep the weight off. Number 4, being afraid to weigh yourself. This comes as a surprise, but there are a lot of clients that I get, or a lot of people I talk to that are absolutely terrified of tracking their progress as they go along. And the main reason being is they're afraid that after doing all this work, after trying really hard, trying to eat a little better, getting the workouts in, lifting weights, doing all the things, that they're gonna step on the scale and it's gonna be the same, or even worse, it's gonna go up. And so what they do is they try to use their brain to trick themselves and like, okay, if I just avoid the scale, just keep doing it, it'll be fine. Like, I don't have to think about it. Don't avoid the scale. The reason being is you want to make sure that you are losing and you are progressing. And it goes both ways. You want to make sure that the workouts that you're doing, the strategies that you're doing are effective. And you're not going to know that unless if you're actually tracking your progress. Because you might be working your tail off and doing all this cardio and doing all this stuff that you think is working. And if you don't track yourself, you can go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the road and realize you're still in the same spot, meaning that your strategy is not an effective weight loss strategy. That's why you want to track things. Yes, it's great that you're doing movement, you're trying things, but if it's not effective, you're just wasting your time. The whole point of having a scale and tracking is that you want to check in like, hey, is what I'm doing working? You don't want to do the other round too, where I have clients call me, the next day, like, I haven't lost any weight yet. It's been 1 day, it's been 2 days, and I haven't lost weight. It's the time you got to look at weekly averages, and you want to look at progression over time, like week by week, not day by day. Your weight will go up and down day by day. Number 5, doing really intense cardio, things like HIIT cardio or interval training. I get so many people who just really have this idea locked in that in order to burn fat, the best way of doing it is this really high intensity HIIT cardio or really intense interval training. And that is just so far from the truth. You guys, just because you're like going crazy hard for 30 seconds or a minute and then stopping or doing interval, right? I sprint for a couple minutes and then I walk for 30 seconds and I run for 5 and I briskly walk for 2. That's not gonna burn more calories. You gotta realize that cardio is best when done at a moderate intensity stable state. Moderate intensity stable state, when you pick a speed at which you can do a maximum effort for the entire period of time. That's where you're gonna burn the most calories. You're like, oh, but there's a study that shows that, when you do HIIT cardio, that your overall metabolism is boosted throughout the day. It's like, okay, yeah, that is technically true, but what you don't understand is that the amount by which it is elevated is super insignificant. For most people, you're literally maybe burning like 20 or 30 more calories throughout the day. But the problem is that typically when you're doing HIIT cardio or interval training, you're actually not burning as many calories during the actual workout than you are doing something that's more steady, longer term. So stop doing the HIIT cardio, because a lot of times if you're going too hard and you're starting to overtrain, you're gonna actually start losing muscle mass over time. And that, my friends, is one of the things that will cause you to not burn calories as well throughout the day entirely, because you've lost that muscle. So stop doing the really intense HIIT cardio, stop doing the interval training, get on a moderate intensity stable state cardio routine, just get those calories burned, and let's move on. That's it. Number 6, not having enough flexibility or too restrictive of dieting. This one's a really big one for me, and it's the one thing I really focus on with clients because it's more of a psychological thing than anything. But that is, so many people, when they have this goal of losing weight, let's say it's 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, they get this vision, they start picturing that amazing physique that they're gonna have for the summer or whatever, and they get really excited. And in order to do that and to achieve it, they're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna cut out all my carbs. I'm gonna eat no cookies. I'm not gonna do ice cream, no more brownies, no more soda, no more this, no more that. And they cut out everything that they love. And they go from eating fast food and all those things, 5 days a week, to becoming like a raw vegan, thinking that, okay, if I just go really intense and I work out really hard, I'm going to lose all this weight and it's going to be magnificent. Here's the problem. You will not have lasting follow through if your diet plan or your nutrition plan is too restrictive. You have to make sure that you're able to enjoy it and that you're incorporating foods that you love. The problem is when you start telling yourself you can't have these cookies that you crave all the time, or the French fries, or the sodas, or the whatever, you are basically depriving yourself of those dopamine hits, those feel-good chemicals when you eat them. And what happens is in the beginning, sure, you're excited, you got all these things, you're like, I'm gonna do this, and you're able to withstand the temptations or the cravings of it. But what happens after a few weeks, a few months, those hunger pains keep getting more intense and more intense. And you just keep wanting, you're like, man, if I could just have a slice of pizza. And then one day you have a really bad day, or you get kind of emotional and you're like, screw it, that's it, I'm eating this cookie. And so you eat the cookie and it tastes so good because you've gone so long without having one that you're like, oh my God, and all of a sudden you've eaten a whole box of cookies. Now what happens? Now you feel like crap, you're all emotional because I'm never gonna be able to lose weight because I can't keep myself from eating a cookie. You guys, make sure that when you have a nutrition plan or a diet plan that you're following, make sure it actually incorporates foods that you crave. I don't care if it's cookies, brownies, ice cream, Chinese food, hamburgers, pizza, soda, whatever it is, fast food, whatever it is, make sure that it's incorporated throughout the week. Now, it doesn't mean that you can just eat as much as you want whenever you want. You gotta hit certain parameters. You gotta make sure we're still in that calorie deficit. We gotta make sure we're still getting adequate protein in and stuff like that. But if you actually incorporate those items that you crave throughout the week, it starts to feel a lot less like dieting and becomes more of a lifestyle and balance. And balance is the key to success in anything. You can't go really intense and then get all crazy and all of a sudden you just plop. Okay, number 7, empty stomach cardio, or like working out on a fast. Listen, I don't know how many times I get people who are coming to me or talk to me, hey Shaun, I've heard that it's best when you do all this workouts on an empty stomach. I heard that it helps with the fat mobilization and the fat burning, and due to your HGH levels going up, and then the hormone shift, and then all this and then they have so much of their scientific quote unquote findings or formulas and then they sound smart when they're saying it, that it must be true. It's not, okay? You are not going to notice a difference working out in a fast as far as more calories burned or more potential fat loss created. Once again, calories in versus calories out, people. That's all it is. Calories in versus calories out. But what about when it shows that HGH levels increase when you're on a fast, and it's like, okay, great. And when it does increase, once again, it's super insignificant. You're not going to notice a difference. If you're able to work out on a fast and you have adequate energy and you're able to push yourself harder and harder each time, then by all means, totally cool. Work out on a fast. Me personally, I do like working out on more of an empty stomach, because for me, if I eat like a full meal just before I work out, me personally, I feel really sluggish and all that stuff. If you are working out on a fast and even the minute you start the workout, you're just like, oh my God, I don't have any energy, you're struggling to lift the weights that you normally lift, then you need to eat something beforehand. So, you can work out on a fast, however, it shouldn't be so fasted that you feel weak that you can't push yourself. There's no difference between working out on a fast and then eating after, or eating a little bit before, working out just a little bit after. Once again, calories in, calories out, people. Calorie deficit, that's the focus. So whatever environment seems most conducive to you to really help you crush those workouts and push through, that's the one that you need to do. Okay, so number 8, hopping up on so many supplements and avoiding the actual real process of the whole thing. Listen, I don't know how many times I hear people, or people even come to me and They're like, so what do you think about this pre-workout and post-workout and this fat burning pill and all these different things? And I'm like, what are you doing currently as far as your workouts and your nutrition goes? Well, you know, I'm trying to eat a little better and stuff. I really want to make sure I get that pre-workout, that post-workout, the fat burner, the intra-workout. And I'm like, you know what? Scrap all that. Just focus on the basics. Listen, I don't care what the supplement is. If it's a fat burner, if it's a pre-workout, if it's a post-workout, if it's an intra-workout, if it's a pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout supplement, whatever supplement it is, it's not going to work unless you have the foundation built, okay? If you don't have the foundation, you can't put up the walls, you can't put the roof on, you can't decorate the house. You've got to lay the foundation first. And that foundation is proper training and it's good nutrition. Once you get those things down and you're starting to make progress, if you want to have a little extra boost in your fat loss or your performance, then sure, maybe take a pre-workout supplement, or add a little more protein powder, put a little creatine in, or if you want to try a fat burner, try it out. But those are supplements to supplement on top of the good foundation that you're already doing of proper weight training and working out. You don't sit there and eat McDonald's all day long and be like, oh, it's cool, I'm popping a fat burner pill, all is gonna be good. Guys, calories in, calories out, that's it. You don't have to have fat burners in order to actually create a lean physique. You don't have to have a pre-workout or a post-workout to get a good workout in or to lose weight. All you need to do is make sure you have a good workout program and good nutrition. Number 9, not getting enough sleep. This one's actually a pretty big one, guys. It's really important to get sleep because sleep is where your body repairs itself after your workouts, helps rebuild a little stronger. It's also what helps give you some energy. If you're not sleeping at all, you're going to be exhausted. And when you're exhausted, you can't work out as well. And when you can't work out as well, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. When you're not pushing yourself hard enough, you're not growing as much as you could. When you're not growing as much as you could, it could take a lot longer to achieve your results. You get it? So make sure you're getting adequate sleep. Also, if you go a long time without getting much sleep, it can also affect your hormones, things like cortisol, stress hormones, things like that, which can make it a little more stubborn for the weight loss. So you really want to make sure that you are getting adequate sleep, that you're resting, that your body has time to repair itself. It's also just good for your mental sanity. When you get good sleep, it feels good in the morning. You have a clear head. Versus you've been out all night, you've been partying, you've been, doing some shots, drinking, you're up at 3 or 4 or 5 a.m., you're doing the midnight run because you got the freaking munchies because you've just been up almost for 24 hours now and you're swinging through the drive-thru, you're pigging out on tacos or sandwiches or whatever it is that you pig out at with fast food, and you're just eating more calories. So it's just like, you're more likely you're probably going to end up overeating. And you're not gonna get that calorie deficit. Remember, calories in, calories out, weight loss, woohoo! And last but not least, number 10, proper weight training. Now, this one I love. Weight training is what's going to transform your physique. You do not understand how many people come to me and are like, I really wanna lose weight, but I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to get huge. Like I like that lean physique. I don't want to be that muscle meathead in the gym. Or I get a lot of females too who are like, well, I really want to avoid the weight training because I really just don't want to swell up. I don't want to get these large muscles. I want that feminine figure. No, you are not going to swell up if you're in a calorie deficit. Listen, here's the thing. I don't know where people get this idea that just because they start lifting a few weights, they're gonna end up becoming Mr. or Mrs. Olympia, looking. It's that you have to specifically train to build massive size. It comes with lots and lots of calories, insane training, years and years and years of hardcore training, specific training. You are not gonna put yourself on a calorie deficit, start weight training, and then all of a sudden swell up, guy or girl. That's not how it works. You will build some lean muscle, which in turn will help you burn even more calories and tone down even more. So make sure you get in the weight room, lift some weights. If you're super uncomfortable with weight training, you've never done anything before, if it helps, start with some body weight training, some sort of resistance to help tear down the muscle fibers to then help you rebuild lean muscle. But this is going to boost your overall metabolic rate over time, which is going to help you lean and get that chiseled physique for guys, a lean chiseled physique, and even for girls, it's gonna get you that nice Instagram body. It's gonna give you that little lean physique, that nice tight, toned stomach, arms, and butt. You're not going to get swole, people, I promise, especially for females. You don't even have the right hormones to swell up. Those girls who are like bodybuilders that like you're afraid to become like, you don't understand how much stuff they're doing behind the scenes. Hormone supplements sometimes, injections, all kinds of different things to help them change their hormones to get that large. They're also packing on a crap ton of calories. So anyways, number 10, make sure you do proper weight training. That goes for everybody. Every single person needs to be doing weight training to help lean down and get a toned physique. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys. Make sure you